Saint Kateri Tekakwitha was born in 1656 in the Mohawk village of Ossernenon, present-day New York. She was the daughter of a Mohawk chief and a Christian Algonquin woman who had been captured and married by the chief. Kateri's early life was marked by both hardship and a deep connection to her native culture. Tragically, when Kateri was just 4 years old, a smallpox epidemic swept through her village, killing both her parents and leaving her with a disfigured face and poor eyesight. Her survival was a miracle, as many others who contracted smallpox did not make it. After the death of her parents, Kateri was adopted by her uncle, who became the new chief of the Mohawks. Her uncle was deeply opposed to Christianity, and he did not share her mother's faith. Despite this, Kateri was drawn to the Catholic faith, which she had learned about from her mother and from missionaries who visited her village. The Jesuit missionaries in the area, particularly Father Jacques de Lambertville, made a lasting impression on Kateri, and she began to secretly practice her faith. Kateri's desire to become a Christian led her to be baptized on Easter Sunday in 1676 at the age of 20. She chose the name Kateri after St. Catherine of Siena, whose devotion and holiness she admired. Her conversion to Christianity was a difficult journey, as it placed her in opposition to the traditions of her people. Her uncle and the other members of her tribe were hostile to her new faith. She faced harsh treatment and ridicule from her community. Despite this, Kateri's resolve only strengthened, and she remained steadfast in her commitment to Christianity. After her baptism, Kateri's life became even more challenging. She was ostracized by the Mohawks and faced intense pressure to renounce her faith. However, she found solace in the teachings of the church and in her personal relationship with God. She sought refuge in the nearby village of Caughnawaga, where a community of Christian Mohawks had settled. Here, Kateri was able to live her faith more freely, though she still endured isolation from her people. In Caughnawaga, Kateri's devotion to God became even more apparent. She was known for her humility, prayerfulness, and deep love for the Eucharist. She fasted regularly and lived a life of penance, embracing suffering in union with Christ. She also devoted herself to works of charity, helping the sick and the elderly in her community. Kateri's life was one of simplicity, humility, and unwavering devotion to God, which earned her the admiration of those around her. Her life was not without suffering. In the winter of 1680, Kateri's health began to decline. She had suffered from ill health for much of her life, but her condition worsened in the final months of her life. On April 17, 1680, Kateri died at the age of 20. According to accounts from those who were with her, she died with a smile on her face, and many witnessed a remarkable transformation in her appearance after her death. Her disfigured face became smooth and beautiful, which was seen as a sign of her sanctity. Kateri's death did not mark the end of her influence. Her life and witness continued to inspire countless people, both in her native community and among Catholics around the world. In the years following her death, stories of her holiness and her unwavering commitment to her faith spread far and wide. Many Native Americans, as well as Catholic missionaries, recognized her as a model of Christian virtue and holiness. In 1943, the Vatican declared Kateri Tekakwitha venerable, a significant step toward her canonization. In 1980, the Vatican recognized a miracle attributed to her intercession, leading to her beatification. Finally, on October 21, 2012, Kateri was canonized by Pope Benedict XVI, becoming the first Native American saint in history. Her feast day is celebrated on July 14.